there are also unique challenges in some of the factories. And that's why we start our visits with a meeting with the board to be able to understand the local situation in their own factory, even as we discuss the cross-cutting issues. And sometimes the cross-cutting issues are also informed by a local situation. Because remember, the national level KTDA is a management agent that is managing on behalf of the local factory. So the local company must also listen to them and understand their challenges. So that's why we start with those meetings. So I just resumed the tours that we were going on. There are factories we were not able to visit, and they have been asking us when we will visit. Here in Nyeri, we never visited Gadudi and Chinga. That's why we are visiting them today. We have done quite well in terms of changing the tea sector, restructuring it, giving autonomy to the factories to have a say, but we are not there yet. We may be there in terms of increased earnings, but we think we can even increase the earnings even more if we deal with some of the local issues and some of the national issues. For instance, we have been doing the forensic audit that we are ordered, which is concluding. Those forensic audits will inform us on what needs to be done at the factory level to see loopholes that make farmers lose money, and also improve on management and efficiency at the local level. At the same time, they also tell us what we need to do to restructure KTDA at the national level. So those audits are ongoing. They were done. Team board was not satisfied with some of the results and even the factory somewhere. So we sent them back to go and dig deeper and come up with reports. We hope in the next two weeks or so we should be able to get the reports, and then we can start implementing the recommendations in those forensic audit reports. That's it, really. Of course, we are also communicating some of the gains that the reforms have given. For instance, the increase in terms of monthly earnings to the farmers, the increase in terms of minimum bonus that they are receiving now. Different zones are receiving different figures, but there is an increase. And of course, ultimately, we believe, and we're looking at the numbers, we know there will be also increased earnings in the final bonus that we have declared should be paid in July this year. So overall, the reforms are bearing fruits in terms of impacting on the farmers' earnings. But the journey is still continuing with the journey. We haven't reached where we believe we should be. Some of the reforms that could also have impacted very well with the farmers are hampered by the court cases. For example, the value addition component, we agreed in our reforms, and even in the team bill, we put a provision there for us to work out on a journey of value addition to extract more earnings and more value from the tea value chain. This has been done in other countries like Sri Lanka, and we had given targets to the buyers, those who are buying tea and selling. We had given them targets in the law, but this was stopped by the courts. And this is one area we want concluded soonest. And I don't know why it is stopped, because KTDA withdrew. The director said in their annual general meetings that they don't want any cases. But you can see cases are still being entertained in the courts because the cartels are still there. Those who think the cartels have gone, they have not gone, they have just retreated. The cartels have just retreated. But we are pressing on to the mark. We believe one day the Kenyan tea farmer will also be able to have autonomy and a say, total say over what happens to his tea, instead of other people out there deciding what happens to their tea. And In my car, I have a package. I should have brought it. I don't know whether the car is here. You see it, where you have a tea packed in Iran. And if you look at the packaging, it's written tea from the gardens of Ceylon and India. A big pack, red. If you go to the fine print, you will see it's tea. It has tea from Kenya. So they have taken poor quality tea from those other countries, blended with the Kenyan tea, and then selling it, passing it as Ceylon and Indian tea. So this is the value we are losing out there in the market, where our teas have no visibility, have no recognition, because we have been stopped from taking that journey that we need to take of value-adding our tea, so that our brands, because we produce the best tea in the world. Kenya produces the best tea in the world. It's a fact. That's why it's used, and that's why it's sought after, and that's why we have strong cartels in the sector. Because people want to benefit from that value without transferring that value to the farmer who sweats to grow tea in the farm. And it is a pity that we were stopped by courts from doing that work. So even some of these politicians who keep dancing all over the place, these are some of the issues they should be addressing. You can continue promising people money. You go out there and say, oh, I'll give, I don't know how much in the budget, I'll do this. But money does not solve problems. For money to solve our problems, you have to make the hard decision of thinking out the solutions. So you don't throw money to a problem. Because we've been doing that for many years. Sometimes we even complicate the solution, even make it worse. Because what we are lacking is not money. Look at this tea bag. It's called Family Black Tea, and picked from the tea gardens of India and Ceylon. So this is selling in India, in the Middle East, as tea from Ceylon, and tea from Ceylon is Sri Lanka, and tea from India. Go to the fine print. That is in English. You see all the other things they say about making the tea and all this. Then they say combination of tea bags, Indian and the Kenyan black tea.
Hi there, this is George Washuri, and I want to invite you for a mega open day for Success Gardens, Gatanga Road, exit 18. And if you're there, you can be able to book right now, so that we prepare for you on 0790 300 300. We are going to have a fantastic event 9th of this month. Please book that date. We'll pick you from our offices, Absa Plaza, Loita Street, all the way to Success Gardens. And we are preparing for you. We are waiting for you. The best property now in the entire Thika Super Highway. It is Success Gardens. Come one, come all. Come with someone. It's a property that is ready for construction. Right now we are doing the roads, as you can see. There are customers who are already building, and the gate is complete. It's called Success Gate, and we want to thank the government for assisting us in doing the entry, and we are excited. We are happy. This property is right on tarmac. It's the best place to set up your home, and I can assure you, once you buy this particular property, your family will be successful. God bless you.